Courthouse can't afford a gavel, up a tree without a paddle, can't pave a street with glue and gravel, can't get cable on a radar range. And all the horses that we beat to death, we could have rode them, but we sold the saddles. We're gonna get ourselves a brand new plaza. This town is gonna change. This town is gonna change. I hear it's gonna have a water fountain, bring a little made-up rain. Might cost a fortune, but look who's counting. This town is gonna change. This town is gonna change. They're going Wi-Fi at the cafe, even the cows are excited. Well, it'll feel just like Hawaii when they widen all the lanes. Pickups turn to Porsches, tire kickers turn high rollers, like 5 dogs playing poker. For years they all had mange. A man's best friend at 2 a.m. I own the dog that bit me. It's been one long demolition derby, but this town is gonna change. This town is gonna change. Kids study and they walk okay, and they chew a good hillbilly slang, and they can hit a ball through the window of a mini mall, run through amber waves up plain, but they're starstruck by moving trucks, and they can do without a junk food chain. Cement dries on a new train station. When no one's looking, they can write their names. When no one's looking, they can write their names. Look at me, I'm a dinosaur. I drive slow like I did before, by the vacancy sign of the Belvoir Springs. Gaslight a rainbow at the other end. This town is gonna change. This town is gonna change. This town is gonna change. This town is gonna change.
Yay!
Probably, I don't know. Should I mute? Does it create an echo if I don't mute the feed going back and forth? No. All right.
You're good.
Okay. I think I'll mute it while I sing, just in case. Of course, you're not talking then, so. I didn't have a set list. Got a lot of songs that I can sing. I'm gonna do a couple more. My dad was on my show today. I have a 10 o'clock morning show I do every Saturday morning. Sometimes I move it around, but it's been Saturday morning at 10 for quite a while now on Facebook. I do about an hour, and I tell bad jokes and sing songs, and you know. So today my dad came in. He's 86. He wrote a few poems a number of years ago, and one more recent, and then he read one from Jim Harrison, an author from Michigan who he loves. And my dad's been retired for a while, and I'll send this song out to him. This is for the old ranchers and anybody else who doesn't have to work anymore. They're hanging up the work, the shingle, pulling the shingle in, and No more cattle, no more horses. Time to turn the barn into a man cave. All right. Try that again. Here we go. This is called Still Red. Easy chair up in the hayloft, Coca-Cola fridge in the shed. Something ain't right, the radio's dead. Nothing grazing in the field, I got a cage to rattle. All hat, no cattle, but the barn's still red. All hat, no cattle, but the barn's still red. Put a bed on the swayback mule, spend a day at the track. It'll even out at the poker game or shooting pool. Bad luck comes back like a boomerang. Hey, let's all ride a mechanical bull. Yeah, let's all ride a mechanical bull. Big oak ain't what it used to be. One good storm and it's smithereens. Take an axe to it limb by limb. New pile of firewood, winter coming on. Trees long gone, but the stove's still red. Yeah, the tree's long gone, but the fire's still red. Looking at the long haul, looking at the long haul. Back 40 in the corner underneath the cross. Someday I'll be out there too. There lies a buckaroo. Barn doors open, the horse got out long time ago. Geese flew south. Big Dipper don't care what the compass don't know. What a broken clock says, burning daylight. Sun's long gone, but the sky's still red. Trees long gone, but the stove's still red. All hat, no cattle, but the barn's still red. All hat, no cattle, but the barn's still red.
Yeah, hey.
Whoop. Yeehaw, yeah.
Great lyrics, man.
So, here's a Christmas joke for you. Kinda. Jose Feliciano gave his dog a bath for Christmas, but the fleas never died. The fleas never died. Boo! I wrote that joke. I write my own jokes. I wrote 70 jokes over COVID so far on my shows. I've done 124 Facebook shows, and
Keep your day job.
Most of them I tell a joke. Some of them I repeat, and some should never ever be repeated again. Most of them should never be told again. Pretty bad. But that one I wrote a couple of years ago, that last one. But it's a good holiday joke. We were singing it last night on the curb during the Niles parade. If you ever want to come to Niles, look me up, michaelmcnevin.com, info@michaelmcnevin.com. You can email me. And, you know, I do outdoor stuff here. I can have people in the shop now, I guess. I'm still kind of thinking about how that's going to go. But Irina Spiritu is going to visit me, I think, next Saturday for the show. I'm going to start having guests. Like I had my dad today, and Irene will probably fill in. So I think I'm running out of time. I don't know what time it is, but
You're good.
I'm good? All right. I don't want to yak too much. I'll tell you what, I'll sing a really, really old song for you, since I have my harmonica here. And it's a song I wrote in 1988. I used to play the streets in Manhattan, in New York City. Greenwich Village, I used to play the streets and the subways when I was a youngster, kid. And I used to play the Folk City open mics. That's where it's on West 3rd. Was. It's where Bob Dylan and Simon and Garfunkel and Joan Baez used to play in the 60s. About a 100-seat little folk club. Go in there on Monday nights, sign up. Usually 60 people would be playing. And they'd give me pretty good slots. And one night I was in there, and Dustin Hoffman, Warren Beatty, and Julie Christie walked in to listen to about 5 acts, and they caught me. I was the last one they heard. 2 comedians and 3 singers. Got to meet Dustin on the sidewalk. We had an artist-to-artist talk. I poked him on the shoulder, and it looked like he wanted to punch me, and then he recognized me from having played. So he talked to me for a while. All right. And then I found out later they were researching their roles in Ishtar as failed songwriters. Oh well. I had no time or chains to spare. The train was pushing that tunnel there. You know it's in the station when the warm wind comes a-rushing in. So I took my chances and I jumped a stile. The camera saw me and a subway cop came after me. He had a rookie badge and a baby face. He couldn't wait to take me in. He said, "You're gonna spend the night in a Jersey jail for the 80 cents you owe the rail." Well, he cracked a smile and he cuffed my hands. He led me into a paddy van. I wasn't alone. They had their day with 7 more like me who didn't pay. All but 1 were from Mexico. The native tongue was all they spoke. If they had their rights, well, they wouldn't know. And it's off to Journal Square we go to spend the night in a Jersey jail for the 80 cents I owe the rail. Trouble with authority, blame it all on poverty. They know what to do with me, a lesson in humility. Living here under the gun, I don't know when to walk or run. Where's the money coming from? These are my priorities. Now 7 hours is quite a spell to wait around in a holding cell, but you can sure enjoy yourself. A strip search and fingerprints, this and more for 80 cents. still do our tour back east, you know, on occasion. I was just there in February before the COVID hit. I was down in Florida. And then I went up to Jersey. I played in Jersey. And you'll find out at the end of the song why I should not play in Jersey ever again. But this is 30 years ago or 35 years ago, however many years that this happened to me. And it was just time to change. And then a few years later, a woman in Buffalo, New York, had the same thing happen to her. She was arrested for jumping over a turnstile in a train station or something, thrown in jail and fingerprinted and strip searched. And she sued the Buffalo police for $900,000. I got a song out of it, you know. So I sent her a CD. I sent her lawyer one too. I thought maybe, you know, they'd like to share. And then a little later, my mom read an article in the news. So like a little later, I was outside of Philly. Sorry, and I was playing just outside of the border of Jersey, somewhere in Pennsylvania. And there was a Jersey cop in the audience, and I played this song. And he comes to me after the show and he goes, "You know, I could take you in." So I gave him a CD too, because they're easy to bribe. That night I slept in an issue blanket with my stomach empty and a wooden mattress, bars around me, right or wrong. 4 a.m. time to move along. And at court the next day they fined me 60. They sent me on my way, but I left New Jersey, haven't paid it yet, and I never will. I paid enough for the overkill when I spent the night in a Jersey jail for the 80 cents I owe the rail. All right. Thank you, everybody, for listening, tuning in, and giving to the cause. Raise some money. Help people. Thanksgiving weekend. Definitely a good weekend to do that.